All right, guys, welcome back into another episode of the show Baseball Podcast presented by Beyond the Monster. I am your host, Andrew Parker, and today's episode, I have on a guy that finished in the top 10 of the AL Rookie of the Year voting last year. I got Braydon Fisher of the Toronto Blue Jays, and he ended up being a very big part of the Blue Jays bullpen going on their postseason run. And he even pitched in games against the World Series winning Dodgers in the end. So I had him on, talked about his, fantastic rookie campaign, kind of saw what he was up to this offseason. And we're looking ahead to 2026, which is about a month away. But before I do shoot to the interview, whether you're watching me on YouTube right now, listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just like and subscribe means a world to me. The YouTube channel, I'm trying to make a big push on it. It's a newer channel, and it's free to subscribe there. So anything helps me, and I greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let me shoot you on to the interview with Braydon Fisher. All right, I am joined by Braydon Fisher. Braydon, you actually, I'm going to start off saying congratulations. I know you just got married a couple months back.
Yes, I did.
So big congrats on that. And
Thank you.
how has it been starting the new year as a married man?
Thank you. It's been great, man. I mean, we've been together for 8 years, married for just a couple months, but it's been great. Um, you don't think things will change that much, which they don't, but they do in the same way. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just a blessing to be with her for the rest of my life, and yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, I kind of understand you. I've now been married a little over a year now, and I totally agree with you. Not a lot changed, but at the same time, a lot did change. I
Yeah,
can't even explain it, but
yeah.
big time congrats to you. Obviously, that's a big life accomplishment.
Hmm.
That's probably your top one to date, and I will even put that over the MLB debut, pitching in the. I mean, everything. It's probably the
Yes,
greatest thing.
yes, sir.
Um, all right, so let's dive into it. Obviously, your 2025 season was incredible. I know that you had quite a few accomplishments on the field to that I would love to ask you about. But
Mhm.
now that you're kind of sitting back in the off season, about to go to spring training here in less than a month, how was your 2025? What was that experience like for yourself?
I mean, what a year. It's going to be hard to beat that one. I always thought 2018 would be a hard one to beat getting drafted, but 2025, man, it was amazing. I accomplished a dream, and then, to immediately get to the playoffs and go to the World Series was also, just a blessing in itself. And we had a ton of fun, and, I was proud of myself, proud of the team. And, yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. There's only one way to beat it, and that's winning the World Series.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like, it's kind of hard. I feel like to go up from there, but
Hmm.
that probably is the only thing you could go up from there. But you yourself had an absolutely fantastic 2025, especially just back of the baseball card numbers are incredible.
Thank you.
Um, that was, I guess, what clicked? Like, I guess, what brought you that success last year?
Man, I just was really focused on being in the zone and using my pitch, my off-speed pitches, mostly the slider. I think the more that I can be in the zone and control that pitch, the better, the more success I'm going to have. And I really think that's the way that I, keep going upwards in the future, is just, getting better with my off-speed location and command. Obviously throwing the ball harder always helps, but just trying to be who I am. And I think that's what clicked, was figuring out who I was. And, I'm the guy that's going to go up there and throw a lot of off speed, and, just, accepting that that's who I am. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and just move on to the next one. And, I really think that's the biggest key to my success this year, was going out there and just, and being me, you know what I mean? And, taking it, taking the punches as they come, kind of thing.
Now, after having that success last year and having success at the major league level as well, what do you take into your offseason? Like, what kind of things were you working on? Like, were there areas of improvement that you maybe saw throughout the year? Like, what have you been up to this offseason?
Yeah, this off season, I'm just trying to get stronger and be more so I can be more consistent throughout my mechanics. You know, being able to locate the pitches, even the little finite bit more than I did last year. Really, and also getting the fastball in the zone more than it was, because that was, strangely enough, the least in zone pitch that I threw was the fastball. So. Um, I think the more that I can keep that ball in the zone or around the zone, the more that the hitters have to respect it, and the better my off speed plays.
And that's something that I just actually saw before we hopped on this. Did you know where you landed in the Rookie of the Year voting?
Yeah, well, what, 10th or something like that?
Yeah, finished
10th.
10th, but
Yeah, someone
still,
gave
bro,
me one vote. Pretty cool.
it's,
Yeah,
it is cool. It's very, very cool. That can be used as a trivia question maybe later on in your life. Like, hey, where did I
yeah.
finish on this? But
Or the
um,
two truths and a lie type thing.
yeah, I received a vote in the AL Rookie of the Year voting, but
Yeah,
um, so you did know about it, and
yeah.
what were your thoughts on, I guess, just being like, I mean, some of obviously that group of list of names that were up for voting this year, very very deep group of talent that came
Mhm.
out this year. So, what did you think about just being even mentioned with that group?
Yeah, I mean, just incredibly blessed, I personally wasn't expecting that. I don't know who voted for me, but shout out to them. Thank you so much for seeing me in that way. I knew that I had a good rookie year. I didn't think it was that good. You know, it, to be in the group with those guys, and it's pretty special. And as long as I can, like I said earlier, just keep building on that, it's going to be hopefully get some more votes for other things, I guess.
Well, I know you were a rookie last year, and you were kind of one of the new guys on the block on the team. But you had a front row seat at the Toronto Blue Jays throughout their great run through the postseason, and even towards the end of the season,
Mhm,
they're like fighting for the AL East. And and I don't think fans truly had the Blue Jays on their radar maybe
mhm,
before the postseason started or even into September. So for yourself, just being around the team every day and obviously contributing towards the team's success going towards the postseason. Like, what was that like being in that clubhouse and in Toronto and just with all the buzz going on?
Yeah, it was great, and you really got, like you said, a front row seat to kind of see when we started getting on the radar, and you started, you hear a little bit more buzz. There's little bit more reporters in the clubhouse, stuff like that, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, we deserve this, because we're whooping up on teams. We're playing great baseball, and we're not only playing great baseball, we're playing a type of baseball that's fun. You know what I mean? And hitting bombs is great, but when you go out there and you're stringing together 4 or 5 hits in an inning, you're scoring 2 runs, that's fun. And yeah, man, it was awesome being in the clubhouse. And we, like I said, man, we just were having fun and slowly seeing the Blue Jays come on the radar. The fans are getting a little louder. They're getting a little more into the game as the season goes on, especially into September, October, November. And yeah, I mean, even myself getting more and more into it, as you get deeper and deeper, you're like, we can really do this. And then it gets to a point where it's like, we're going to do this. You know what I mean? And like, we have a good shot to, you know, make some special things happen. And I think we did, even though we didn't quite get as what we wanted, but I think we did have a very special season, and we had ones could go down in the books forever.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. It's obviously hitting bombs is awesome, and the fans
Mhm,
love it. But I also think that coming out of that World Series, there's now a there. I mean, there's a lot of guys I can mention, but I will mention Ernie Clement off the top of my head just
mhm,
because he might not have been a household name, going into it. A lot of these guys like Aston Bargers of the world, Ernie Clements, and
mhm.
now everybody knows who Louis Varlin is. Everybody knows who Ernie Clement is because of what they did. And it's like, I'll take Ernie Clement, gathering all those postseason hits all day. I mean, I
Yeah.
know he doesn't bring the juice per se, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I think I loved what Toronto did. And I think just putting some of those names as household names now was awesome to see. Um, And and I think I still see memes that Louis Varland's still out there throwing 100 pitches or whatever it is. So
Yeah.
that guy was a machine. But
Yeah, he was. He
um,
is a machine. He's an animal.
every single guy that they were throwing out of there, man, including yourself. It's you got a lot of time in the postseason as well, and
Mhm.
that's something that I wanted to ask. So obviously, being a rookie this year and getting a chance to be in the postseason, like when did you ever feel completely comfortable like after making your debut, or was that something that you were still kind of flying on the seat of your pants? Like, what was that experience like? When did you kind of start feeling like you did belong in the major league
Mhm.
level and that you could do that?
Um, Man, I'd say I don't even know what an average amount of time was, but if you could imagine what an average amount of time was, it would take to get comfortable being in a clubhouse. I had one camp with the big league squad, and so I knew the guys, decently well. Obviously, not as well as they knew each other, but getting to the big leagues and then having success definitely helps with comfortability. Um, and yeah, it was great. I mean, going to the postseason and being a rookie, like you said, and having the opportunity to pitch in games in the postseason for the team, and that was more uncomfortable than normal because I hadn't done that before. But I imagine that's what it would be for anybody, rookie or not, that hadn't pitched in the playoffs because it's different. It's a different game. Um, I- Man, I was just telling somebody today why it's different, and I must tell you what I said here. I don't know why it's different. It's kind of like the marriage thing. It's different, but it's not because it's still a game of baseball.
Yeah.
It's just that the lights feel a little brighter, the crowd's definitely a little louder, and it's just like everything you do throughout the day is to be ready for tonight. That's it. The food you eat, which in a way is that way all season long, but especially in the playoffs, it's like just win the game tonight, and then we'll worry about tomorrow later. And yeah, I mean, it was awesome, special. I don't know what a regular game is going to feel like after experiencing that now. We'll have to see when spring training comes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, how do you up that intensity to? I get it, it's spring training; it's not really that intense, but like,
Mm.
you're having your next, outing against another team, minus like spring training inter squad games, but will be a spring training game in the
Mm.
Grapefruit League, and it's like, how do you
Yeah.
go from pitching against the Dodgers in a World Series to like Grapefruit? Like, how do you even like get back in that mindset? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out when we get there because I've never done it before. But, I think the first couple, just like every spring training, my heart's going to be racing a little faster than I'd like just because it's the first couple. But after that, when I settle in again, I'm going to have to, just understand that I'm just go in it still thinking I'm trying to earn a job. So maybe that'll help a little bit with that.
Okay. Yeah, and something else that that comes with that run that you guys went on is obviously the Blue Jays are investing heavily in the major league team, and with signings and trades and whatever it is, they're going to build a team that's going to be able to compete for another World
Mhm.
Series. So as a player, and especially a young player on the team, as with you being a rookie last year and going into your second season, like how much like I don't know if confidence is the right word, but like how much juice does that kind of add to yourself, just knowing like, hey, like I'm part of this organization, they're serious about winning, like they want to
Mhm.
get to the end, like how much confidence does that add to you, just like going out there and pitching for them?
Yeah, I don't know if it definitely gives you confidence, but I think it's more so like the expectation for yourself and for the team goes up,
Yeah, that's a
especially
better
when you're
word.
seeing, yeah, especially seeing them, spill the money in and get new players and get new guys to fill some holes that were left after the last season. It feels good going there and saying, like, look, if I do my job, I'm confident that these other guys are going to do their job and we're going to get some more W's than we did the last season. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's I think it's something that's a little underrated, I think, in the aspect where it's like, you're going into a season and your organization has shown, through spending money or big
Mhm.
trades or whatever, that they're serious about going
Mhm.
back to finish what you guys started last year. Um, so I have to admit, one of my favorite videos that came out during the postseason actually involved you in it. And I didn't even know that until recently, until I went back to look at it. But there was a video that surfaced on Twitter of you and Tommy Nance doing snow angels in a pool of beer and champagne in the
Yeah.
clubhouse. Was that probably a top 5 moment for you throughout the postseason?
Oh yeah, I mean, those champagne showers have to be the most fun thing I've ever done. Uh, especially, I mean, me and Tommy were like, "You want to make some snow angels or beer angels, whatever?" And yeah, so we got down and did that. I mean, in that moment, you're already soaked, so what's it matter? It was a ton of fun, and I'll never forget that. And I'm glad there's a video of it so that I could save it and show my kids or something in the future.
Yeah, there is. I can you literally just have to search your name on Twitter and it's one of the top videos that comes up,
Okay.
which is incredible. So it's there could be a lot worse on there, and that's one of the top. So you
Yeah,
gotta
I love
respect it.
that.
So I kind of talked about a little bit about the postseason here, and you got to play in a few different stadiums in the postseason there. I don't know if I want to let you cheat and say Toronto, but can you tell me where your favorite place to pitch was in during your postseason run?
Well, we
Maybe
can
we can
we can
exclude
take out
Toronto.
Toronto. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can take out Toronto. I enjoyed Seattle, man. I really did.
Why is
And
that?
that's where I debuted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they were loud. Those that was the beginning of like the playoff feeling. So, by the time the World Series comes around or the champion, right? Yeah, the championships. Who do we play in the DS? What an
The
idiot.
Yankees.
The Yankees, sorry. When the CS came around, we played the Mariners. It felt more like, oh my God, we get this done. We're going to the World Series, and they were loud, man. Those fans were very loud, and it was a ton of fun. It's also where I debuted, so I got the opportunity to be there and not be like in a different world. In my debut, you couldn't ask me anything. I had no idea other than the roof was closing, and Dalton Varsho was the one behind the plate warming me up, which is crazy because
Yeah, that is.
I was trying not to spike it and ruin his shins or anything like that. Um, but no, I like Seattle. I really like that stadium. It's pretty, and they were loud, and I like the bullpen vibe. But obviously, Toronto was the best. The roof's closed. Our fans are loud. The pregame Canadian anthem singing along always gives me chills, and it obviously feels better to be at home.
Yeah, definitely. I did think the same thing, by the way, that I was watching a lot of the ALDS and ALCS, and it did feel like Toronto's crowd brought a just kind of like a home field advantage a little bit. I know that's like kind of like said a lot, but I do feel like their fans did add a little juice for you guys.
Yeah, they did for sure, and they even when we were in Seattle and in New York, we have quite a few fans that travel with us, or they're just everywhere. And so getting to see or hear a little bit of that Toronto when you're on the road is good, but when you come to our place, there ain't none of that. It's all
Okay.
Toronto.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I've been up to near the Rogers Center and in that downtown area down by the Hockey Hall of Fame and all that. It's
Mhm.
a good area down there. So,
Yeah, it is.
um, all right, I like asking a few questions just because just a little off the field stuff here. Because I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how many times you've probably been interviewed and talked about the postseason and everything, but which is fascinating to hear.
Hmm.
But I have some questions that I don't know the answers to on some of these.
Okay.
Has has life changed for you at all off the field, like since debuting and being a major leaguer now, and and having that success you did? Like, has your day-to-day life changed when you're back home?
No, I mean every day I go to the gym, the same place I did last year, and hang out with the same guys. They don't treat me any differently. We might have conversations like this where they ask me about the playoffs and the World Series, but other than that, man, there's not much. Day-to-day life has changed, which I like a lot. I don't want it to change. I want to come home and just be Braden, and when I hang out with my friends, just be the same guy I was in high school, or um and it's great. hanging out with family and stuff, and it's all the same. Uh, Not much has changed. I'm trying to think if something's changed, and it
That's a
hasn't.
good thing. It's a good
Yeah,
thing
it's
it
great.
hasn't.
I love it. I don't want it to change. I like my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then another question would be something like, I don't know if this has changed either. I'm saying that because once you get married, sometimes your interest in your hobbies and maybe what you have time for changes. But
Mm.
what do you like to do in your free time when you're not at the field or training?
Yeah, I mean, I like fishing. I play some video games. I'm actually sitting at my desk right now for video games, but
Uh-oh. Are we interrupting?
no, no, you're all right. I like fishing, video games. I just recently gotten into hunting. I'm a big,
Oh,
yeah, I'm a big I'll try anything, honestly. Like if oh that looks fun, let's go try it. And if I don't like it, then I don't like it. If I do, I'll do it for a couple weeks and then I'll forget about it. That's just how I am. I don't know why I am that way. I wish I only had one hobby. It'd be a lot cheaper. But this off season it seems to be more of like the outdoors, hunting, fishing, and doing that type of stuff.
so I know you already know you're probably in trouble that
Mm.
you didn't list golfing on there.
No golf. I'm so bad at
No.
golf.
So there's
I know.
none. You're down at the complex. You're not going with the guys.
I'm not going. They don't even invite me because I'm just like I don't. I'm not going. They don't want me there either. I'm horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Uh,
the. I'm the guy that needs to go by himself for a year or two, and then you can invite me so that I'm enjoyable to be around. Because I'm just too competitive to be that bad at an athletic thing, and it drives me insane.
okay. I don't know if this is accurate, but you're listed at 6'4". Like you can probably get a hold of one off the tee, can't you?
Yeah, once every 15 swings.
Okay. That's
You know
fair.
what
You're
I
just one
mean?
of us. You're one of us. It's
Yeah,
okay. All right. Well, I rarely hear pitchers tell me they're not golfers, so
yeah,
that's you're in the minority there, which you already knew
yeah.
that. So,
You know
um,
what my problem is really with it is
okay.
I'll play in the off season. And this is in the past. This off season I haven't played once, but I'll play in the off season. Then the season starts and it makes my back sore. I just those
Yeah.
off days, I just want to relax. I don't want to go play golf. And then by the time the off season rolls around, the next off season, I'm back at square one. Everything that I learned before, I just forget because I haven't played in so long. And the last year or two, I've just been like, whatever. I'm not good enough. It's not fun for me. I enjoy going hanging out with people, but when I really
Yeah.
get into it, I'm like, I should be better by now, and I'm just not. It drives me insane.
Yeah, that's fair. You're just one of us, man. Normal guy.
Yeah,
We're all just we're out there shooting over 100, and it's just not a good time at some points. So
yeah,
I'm with you. I choose happiness over losing 10 balls on the
yeah,
first two holes.
yeah.
So since you during the season, obviously being up in Toronto, you are very far away from
Mhm,
where you call home in the off
mhm.
season, and I'm assuming you live in Texas during your off season.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what is something that you miss dearly about home that, like, if you could get something, and I guess I'll exclude family and friends, but if you could take something from, where you grew up and put it up in Toronto near you, what would that be?
Man, I just want a Shipley donuts
Okay. There it is.
with kolaches. It's the kolache part of it.
I don't think I've ever
Uh,
heard of it.
yeah, a kolache is basically you've heard of a pigs in a blanket, I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So a kolache is just a hot dog or sausage in the middle of a I don't know, it's not a croissant. It's like a croissant like loaf type thing. You have to look it up and see what it is.
That's what
And with cheese, it's just amazing. They're so good.
it's like a little ball, right? Like a little ball of dough with stuff in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
They have different ones. They have longer ones, and then they have little circles. But I love kolaches, and really, I didn't know that wasn't a thing everywhere until I got to Pro Bowl, and I was talking to my buddies about it, and they're like, "What is that? What? You don't know what a kolache is?"
It's not a
So
thing, man.
that'd have to be my thing because I eat those pretty often.
I was expecting you to say like Whataburger or something.
No, I mean Whataburger is expanding a little bit.
Okay.
Um, I
Was it
like
like Chicken
Whataburger.
Express?
No, never had it.
Oh, I thought that was a Texas thing.
It might be. I don't know. I like Popeyes, KFC.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, kolaches over Whataburger. I'm very surprised. Very, very
So
surprised.
next time you're in Texas, you got to get some kolaches.
I wonder if they have them up in the Dallas area.
I'm sure they do.
Okay. Well, the Dallas area's been weird lately because they're starting to get like Portillo's and like all these like Chicago like restaurants, and it's like, what
Yeah.
are we doing here? It's
Yeah, they
very,
have an
very
In-N-Out,
interesting.
right?
Yeah, they do. It was right by us in Flower Mound. We were within the same distance to In-N-Out than
Mm.
Whataburger. It was like weird. I don't know.
Yeah. At least
Uh,
you get to pick best of both worlds.
yeah, unbiased guy, St. Louis guy, and
Mm.
Whataburger was over In-N-Out for me. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not biased. So
Mm.
that's that. All right. I have one question left here, and
Okay.
I'm going to start this off saying, are you are you a goals guy at all? Do you set like a New Year's resolution? Do you do anything like that?
Yeah. They're not like crazy, but yeah.
Okay. So now I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, just in regards to, you're going to have to try to follow up what you did last year and everything
Hmm.
like that. But if I fast forward us to, let's just say, the end of next season, after the postseason, do you have like a couple things in mind, like goals wise? They can be like personal goals, on the field goals, anything that you want to accomplish by then?
Yeah. I mean, my New Year. I'll start with myself. My New Year's resolution was live below my means a little better. Be more frugal, save some more money. I'd like to buy a house next off season, so that's kind of why. So do that. That's the only New Year's goal that I have. Recently, I've been trying to cut out on soda, so just consume more healthier things. And I love soda, so that's really the only thing that I'm
That's
trying
tough.
to. Yeah, soda's it's tough. I don't like it going to the restaurant and being like, oh, I can't get a
Gotta get
soda.
a water.
Yeah, or like a tea or something.
Yeah.
Um, but on the field, um, I hate saying just do the same thing as last year, but if I don't try and do more, I think being more consistent with what I did will make me a better player. I don't know if I put that right or in a way to understand, but
Sounded good.
yeah, I don't want to be. I don't like. I want to play better. Obviously, everyone wants to be better, but I don't want to do more. Because I think doing more puts you in a situation where you could, tip over the edge, or just try too hard. I want to understand that what I did was good, and just kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Be better at the little things that I already did well. You know what I mean? So if I
Yeah.
can just be more consistent with the things that I already did well, then I think that's the way to do it. That's a personal goal. Uh, you know, I'm not even going to sit here and be like have a better ERA or a lower WHIP or stuff like that. If I can
Yeah.
just be more
Drive you crazy.
consistent, yeah. If I can just be more consistent with who I am, those things are going to come. And if they don't, that's baseball. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But and then as a team goal, obviously, I want to go back to the playoffs and win the World Series.
Yeah.
I want to have just as much fun as last year. It's good seeing on media things. This team just looks like they have so much fun, and it's true. It's fun. It's a game. It should be that way.
Well, I'm going to have you back on next offseason, and I
Mm.
expect to see, other than a wedding ring, something
Yeah,
on the finger. I'm not even wearing mine right now.
come on,
Uh,
man.
I know I'm bad. I'm down in the basement, um, but best of luck, by the way. I know
Yes,
the
thank you.
best of luck on the field, but the buying the house thing, it's
Mhm.
v- good luck. You need all the luck you can get on that front.
Yeah.
I just bought a house in October, and wow, my eyes were opened completely.
Well,
So,
congratulations.
dude, thank you. I feel like I was like on a battlefield trying to buy a house. That was insane. So,
Yeah.
you need all the luck you can get when you're doing that. Hopefully in the off season, because if you try to do it during the season, it is crazy.
Yeah.
So,
We'll see.
yeah. So I'm wishing you more luck on that aspect. I think you're going to do better on the field than you will at that. But Braydon, I thank you so much for doing this. Obviously, wishing you the best of luck in 2026. But yeah, thank you again for the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. It's been great.